Hey everybody, it's your favorite caloric surplus enjoyer. Um, and I wanted to talk about um something that I haven't really seen people talk about on here that much, specifically other people who enjoy lifting weights, going to the gym and stuff like that, and that's bulking. Yeah, I'm sure many of you have noticed that I've kind of gained weight. Um, I would say within the last year or so. Um, and yeah, I wanna talk about that. Um, in previous videos, I would say not when I started this channel. When I started this channel, I was actually on a cut, but yeah, looking back at my other videos, like around maybe October, November to maybe December-ish of this year, until then, I was kind of really thin, like unhealthily thin, and that's cause Um, in all honesty, because I am disabled and I wanted to talk about bulking from a disabled perspective, I had to cut in order so that it would be easier for my mom to lift me. But I think, as often happens, I overdid it. Um, and because I am in a wheelchair also, I can't just walk, and so that it doesn't matter how much weight I gain or lose, I can just, gain it back in a healthy way or whatever. No, it has to be very targeted. Like, um, I had to be honest, back in 2022, in order to lose weight, I, um, I did something that I had never done before, which is not only did I cut out all sugar, all sweets, which is kind of normal, I literally stopped eating. Like, at some points, I was at doing one meal a day, brothers and sisters, which is crazy. One big. Now, you're like, oh, but fasting is alright. But I mean, that's not even the way you fast. I think you don't eat for a certain number of hours, say 8 to 12 hours, and then you can eat whatever you want. No, I was just, how was it? Um, I was just like doing whatever I felt like, just kind of fasting, just cause part of it was because I was wanting to do like a semi religious sort of experience where I tested myself, but that was dumb. But then, okay, so I was losing too much weight. You could kind of see it. So bulking, what did I do? I started, well, eating 3 square meals again. That's one thing. Um, consistently. But the way I designed it was that, okay, I would have kind of a big um breakfast because I work out in the mornings, and directly after eating I work out. Um and um then for lunch it would be kind of smaller. Maybe I would have a little dessert, maybe I wouldn't, depending on the portion size. It still doesn't amount to like a full breakfast that I usually have. And then at night I would have another big ish meal. Um and yeah, that's what's worked for me to bulk. Um Now, I mean, the biggest, the hardest thing for me, as I think it is with most other people, is that you gotta give up sweets, man. I don't know about you, but I personally enjoy dessert. I enjoy dessert for lunch and dinner. Now, obviously, if I decide to increase the portion size for any reason during those two meals, I will not have a dessert. But generally speaking, I do like that. I have a sweet tooth. Now, interestingly, for Latino people, we have like the pure unprocessed cane sugar treats, panela, and I don't like those. I think those by and large are too sweet. Um there are ones where you even get it coated from or have a vegetable coated in it called, I think it's called chilacayote, and it's I like it, but I mean it's not something I would eat every day. Um but Yeah, man, and then there's the question of, okay, who feeds me? What type of meal planning do I do? Well, that's interesting, guys, because I literally don't have a meal plan. Like, if you've ever seen that meme of the buff guy who is like, "Oh, I'm gonna meal plan this and that to hit a certain number of calories," and then the other guy, the typically the chat is like, "Oh, I just eat what my mom or my grandma gives me," and yeah, man, I kind of literally have no choice because I'm not coordinated enough to cook, and so I just eat what my mom brings as leftovers from her work or what she cooks, and it's usually pasta, chicken, fish, beef, pot roast, stuff like that. But it's interesting that for me the meme is true, and it's really because, guys, I can't really again bulk that much because if I do, my mom has to carry me, and then like if she can't carry me, if I get too top heavy, especially because I barely have any meat on my legs for obvious reasons, um it's 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 an interesting experience, it really.